Stefan here from History Hustle, and I'm standing here in Hoi An in Vietnam. And in this video I'll talk about the French colonization of Vietnam. Because of violating trading agreements with the French and prosecuting Christians and missionaries by the Vietnamese emperors, the French started to colonize Vietnam, which happened in 3 phases. In 1862, the French occupied Cochin, China, which is the southern region of Vietnam, of which Saigon, the current Ho Chi Minh City, was the capital. In 1883, the French occupied Annam and Tonkin, and in 1887, Vietnam was called Indochina, and later, with Laos and Cambodia, was created to the Union of Indochina, also known as French Indochina. The name of Vietnam was deleted. Vietnam was a colony exploitation d'économie for the French, also known as an economy colony, a colony for money. Not a lot of French moved from France to here. This on the contrary to French Algeria, which was a colony de peuplement. To illustrate this, at the beginning of World War II, 340,000 French people were living in Indochina, and 1 million French were living in French North Africa. In the beginning, the French had their income from taxes and their monopoly on trades of opium and salt. With the invention of the automobile, fields of rubber were created, and in the 30s they exploited natural resources like coal and tin, and also fields for tea, pepper and coffee. Looking at infrastructure, Saigon was one of the biggest and most important harbor cities in whole Southeast Asia. Also, the French created a railway from Saigon in the south to Hanoi in the north, the so-called Trans-Indochinese Railway. And the French founded several trading posts and cities, of which the city of Dalat is one of the most well-known. Although the French ruled indirectly, the Vietnamese felt oppressed. Several uprisings and a mutiny at the beginning of the 20th century failed. In the 20s, 2 anti-French parties emerged: the Vietnamese Nationalist Party and the Communist Party under the leadership of Ho Chi Minh. In 1941, these 2 parties worked together and fought against Japanese and French occupiers. In March 1945, the Japanese took control over Indochina, installing a puppet government with Bao Dai as an emperor. But this lasted just a few months, because in August 1945, atom bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and World War II came to an end. Ho Chi Minh declared Vietnam independent and called itself the State of the Democratic Republic of Vietnam. The French acknowledged this state as a French protectorate within the French Union, but the South would remain a colony. Therefore, the foundation between the division of North and South was created. Not long after that, fighting broke out between Viet Minh and French troops. It was 1946, and the First Indochinese War had begun.